Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Alex, at the desk. We've got MIBR and ENCE here, a best of one on Inferno. Moses, how are you feeling about this game?
I'm feeling good. For whatever reason, I just am very excited to watch MIBR play. There's no logical reason to it. Like, we know this is going to be a roster that changes, but I don't know. Something about them right now is, I'm really feeling the vibe. That's all I got.
Well, I'm excited as well. Like, let's just go with that. Let's not try and analyze it. Let's just, hang on to the excitement and see what they can bring us here. ENCE going to be starting on the T side, MIBR on the CT side. They've left Fallen alone in the B bomb side, and that in itself is a scary prospect. They're all coming. He's falling back, and that's so scary. He could have got caught at the corner there, but he's still alive, and they're going to smoke him off instead of trying to hunt him down. I would have said, there's a part of me that wanted me to just go to the corner and just fight, but that is risky. Now it's going to be a 5-on-5 retake instead as the bomb goes down.
It's equally risky to play in a 5-on-5 retake at this B bomb site. So yeah, unfortunately, Fallen's not able to get the information and pull the rotation over quick enough. And now Sergey's the first step. Can they clear this out? Zeus looks the wrong way. He was turned maybe for a flashbang. Fallen threw one over for him and trades all across the board. And this is somehow working perfectly for the Brazilians.
So much better than you could have expected. First the double kill, and now Aerial in the back. He could still do this. They've smoked it up on top, but nobody's defusing. Finally, there's the kill. And Fur, not the one with the kit, but still going to have enough time for it, I believe. That is very, very close. And I mean, if he gets that last kill in there, so it's a one-on-one, probably could end up winning the round anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Taco did have a kit, right? He might have been able to come back and miraculously jump in the smoke and get the defuse. Regardless, triple kill for Fur on the retake, and that always makes things easier.
It does. Not surprising.
You can't rely on those retakes in the B-bomb site, but fair play. Worked this time for him. Good battles for Fur. That's actually a disgusting sequence, and obviously precision there right at the end. 1-0 for the Brazilians. And Fur goes straight into an AWP.
All right. I mean, listen, you get a hot start, why not just keep trying to roll with it, see what you could do. They needed double digits, I believe Chad was saying, on the CT side. I think that's probably true.
Yeah, there probably is some element of truth, especially because this map has been such a betrayal at times for MIBR side.
Fighting up against two AK-47s, a couple of Deagles, and an MP7 there on Lexi. Head armor on everybody but Fur, so most of this should be just fine if they run in the MP7. Otherwise, that can actually be a pretty powerful weapon.
It's just such an interesting idea, Fur with an AWP, and here's the other tough part. If ENCE just go back to this B-bomb site with these 4 players, and you put someone who's unaccustomed to the op into a retake scenario, that's going to make things way more difficult, but Lucas somehow just takes a quick peek with the SMG, couple headshots onto Sergey.
Yeah, that was all it took. Kind of trying to clear out top mid as well. Aerial and Alu are over there, just keeping an eye on things, making sure that they're not getting flanked or anything like that. That's actually a common problem on Inferno if you're too much focused on staying outside of B.
Well, they're about to walk right into the AWP. We'll see what Fur's got. First kill goes his way. That'll put him on notice. Now you don't want to mess with Rap side whatsoever, and even Fur starting to cheat and lean over towards that B bomb site, perhaps realizing, maybe even subconsciously, that, at this stage in the game, 3-on-5, the only thing left to do for the T side is just try and hit that B bomb site with some set smokes.
Yeah, and that's why that Molotov is so well timed. Down to 20 seconds now. They need to move right into this bomb site. It's going to be quick as well. 20 seconds, the flashback a little bit too late. In fact, then they're going to lose one in the corner there. Lucas now just trying to find some time for the rest of his team to get there. Ala will take him down, and Fur could not see anything. The smoke there towards CT spawn, making that impossible. The bomb will go down, and now it's a 2-on-2 here for the 2-on-3, sorry, for the after plant.
This is winnable. It all depends on what Fur can do on this retake. Holding him at the moment, X7 sees the shadow. He commits to it, runs out of bullets though. That's going to give Fur the courage to push forward, but he can't get anything done. Zeus has one more, and it's just Alu back at the bomb site. Zeus going to turn the corner first. He's down. Alu trying to do everything he can, but the SMG is going to win again. And Taco's got the kit. He can go pick up the AWP as well after the defuse, and he's loud.
Yeah, yelling at them, that's great. I'm really enjoying that. I mean, we talked about it briefly yesterday, but we really need that Brazilian flavor to come back into this team. Whatever it looks like later, just
do it now.
Keep that.
Just get into it. Well, I mean, that's the funny thing. I actually was talking to them a little bit about it, because it is always the question when there's going to be an impending roster change after the major, right? A big question is always, are you going to practice with this guy who's going to be coming in 2 weeks? Now, it's odd because he was on another team that was also competing in the major. So MIBR was very much committed to this concept of, like, we're going to practice and play with Zeus leading into this, and then, we're going to try and get Legend Stage. Let's just avoid all the complications the next time around.
Yeah. A bold move, but, I kind of respect it. Zeus going to be pushing in. He was actually flanked in into this position with it from Martin. He actually, with the help of Lucas there, they pick up the kill. Could have easily been another one. Aerial in a lot of trouble, and that's the bomb down. Lucas, he hangs around because Taco's up in the apartments. Man, I think they just mentioned on the nest that aggression in second mid. I see a lot of it right here. Sergey going to be going down to Fur over at the other side of the map, and that's just confusing for ENCE.
Well, the crazy thing is, I'm wondering if this is maybe something that teams have started to like practice with and everything, because we don't see those kinds of alt mid pushes too frequently.
Yeah.
We saw one earlier from North, and they pulled it off spectacularly. And all of us kind of looked at each other and just said, when was the last time you saw an alt mid push from the CT side that worked that well? And again, more effective aggression from the CT side. That one's all Lucas, just kind of throwing caution to the wind, knowing he can get picked off at range, but just trying to get into cover for that one kill into underpass.
That worked out very well. Alexi now hoping to sneak in a kill on somebody a little bit late in this round. And they're very defensive, and they have no reason not to be. There's just nothing that they can really accomplish by hunting him down. Lucas going to get the last kill as well. That's MIBR now 3-0 against ENCE as we head into round number 4. And we'll see how long it takes for the Finnish team to turn this around and start to really pick up a couple of rounds here in their favor. I feel like, though, there's something funny about yelling at ENCE, because I feel like they're the one group of people who just, will be the least affected by it.
Listen, the poise and, like, the things they showed at Katowice for their first time on a major stage, that's the stuff of legends. I don't think you're going to get into their head whatsoever. If that crowd, that didn't bother them whatsoever, playing on that stage didn't bother them whatsoever, a few shouts in Portuguese isn't going to do it either.
Oh, my God. They saw them, actually. I mean, they're going to throw the grenades anyway, I think, over Madonna, but that was quite something. Running into the fire as well, that's a lot of people gone just to grenade.
That's a lot of utility damage. Fallen, I think, even adding insult to injury and grabs one right through that half wall as well. They try and get the bomb. Another Molotov. Flames again, spreading out in the path of ENCE. They've got no utility, just these pistols. Retreat is cut off by Taco as well, who does not need to push forward. And he should have at least one, more than likely both, and he's got 2 headshots. 4-0 for this defense, and 4 players surviving as well, so the money grows and builds.
Yeah, that's really the crucial aspect as well, isn't it? It's one thing to be winning, but you want to make sure that they can't just swipe it away from you with a single victory. 5th round. Krieg being picked up. They've got all the grenades. This is looking like a good round, so we'll see what ends. Well, either they would have learned something already in the first 4 rounds, or they just have a sort of a set strat plan that they're just going to try and see if they can test. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out and how much they're going to be doing over at Banana. Alu and Sergey just kind of showing up to throw some grenades, but not really committing to it.
No, not after last round.
Yeah.
Not after you just got barraged. That'll keep you away for a bit, but obviously some kind of stance outside of it, looking for the flashbang over, and Sergey's going to go right through with the cover of a deep Molotov. 3 other players posturing towards mid. And again, this defense from MIBR, it's fallen on the AWP now, which is a bit more comfortable. Him and Lucas are going to switch positions in CT spawn. So for the moment, there's a bit of a blind spot on Rap side, and that's exactly where ENCE is headed.
Yeah, a little bit of a peek there. Lucas could have gone down already. Fallen's back with the AWP, but the grenade will take care of him. That's beautifully done by Alexi. Now for waiting, he's smoked off right now. Taco will take down Aerial, and ENCE, they had all this positioning, but they've been slowed down a lot, and they're taking a fair bit of damage too. I feel like they probably wanted to be quicker than this. And now Taco coming out of the pit, almost taking down. That was nearly a kill. Zeus is going to be dropped inside the bomb site, and now it's all on Fallen. Now it's the bomb in front. Still another 3 players to go, but is this doable? If they make any kind of a mistake here, if you get the 1 kill, then the rest are low on health.
I think Fallen's going to back away from this.
He might not know, I guess.
Yeah, well, MIBR, that actually could have gone much better for them. Taco trying to get a pit, trying to get some information, and Lane gets picked off. Remember, he had a phenomenal game yesterday. I think he was at 27 kills.
Yeah.
Which is pretty disgusting. Zeus as well inside the bomb site. Everyone kind of their nerve just faltered as soon as ENCE turned those corners. One thing to notice is how quickly Fur rotated from the B bomb site. He was over there so fast when they got in that information. That is like, he leaves the B bomb site. They're not even worried about it being a fake. He's just saying, let's handle this part of the attack, and then we'll figure out what happens from there. But let's make sure we stop this, and obviously didn't pan out in any way.
No, but it looked to me like it was close for a minute.
It slowed things down massively because of the Molotov usage from him and Fallen on the rotation over. Lucas was there as well because they were trying to switch their spots. So, I mean, there was a lot of presence that actually slowed down that hit, which I thought was going to give Zeus and Taco the time needed to get comfortable again.
Very interesting. Fallen with that one kill towards the end. I don't know, I mean, it would have been hard maybe to know how low health they were. I don't know, even if he had no, maybe it still would have made sense to try and go for it.
I don't mind the fact that he saved, especially that early on. Because obviously, yeah, the 1 versus 3 is so tough. If the bomb had been more like fortuitous and where it dropped, I think that might have, you know, prompted him to stay around.
Yeah,
but it did kind of roll right towards the bomb site for ENCE.
Well, that saved AWP could do a lot here on Banana, shooting through the wall, or if anyone tries to jump, flashbang, and the timing is just so good for Fallen. Just thinking about it. Lucas, though, maybe trying to use the shot over on the other side of the map to cause a bit of a distraction for the peak, but either way, it did not work out, and he goes down to Aerial.
Have to assume there was some kind of flashbang for him. He was all on his own. The other 2 players deep into the bomb site, no backup. Perhaps a self-flash, perhaps one over the wall from a teammate. Either way, it's a 4-on-4, spreads out the defense, but they're confident in Fur's position at the B bomb site. He's boosted up, so they're just going to leave him alone. Fallen with the AWP in lane as well. Taco to cover his back in halls.
Nice boost over at B to allow them to swing that extra player over.
This is all on Taco.
It really is. They're going to be coming out of this apartment. Presumably, there's going to be a flashbang, and if that touches Taco, I don't see how he could possibly find it. There's the flashbang going over. He does go behind. It still does a little bit. Fallen going to get straight jumped on. Now Taco inside of the bomb side will pick up Aerial. He was already low on health. He goes for a second fight. He's actually ready for the third. Down to the pit as well. Taco doing so much work, and finally they shut him down. And this time, unlike the previous round, Fur is really far away.
That little half second of Taco being blinded.
Yeah.
He just couldn't protect Fallen. Not enough time for Fallen to spin and actually react, but Fur in this 1 versus 2. He's got X7 inside the site with low HP, but this is a tough crossfire to crack.
Molotov in the pit does nothing, but he can't really know that. He has to try sneaking out. Ooh, sees a little bit. Still not sure where the second player is, and just the lack of information alone makes these positions really hard to come out on top of, and Lexi will shoot him right in the back, so that'll be another round for ENCE.
That corner is almost an impossible one to clear if you don't know someone is there. Such a big risk to just ignore every other part of that bomb site. Part of what makes retaking A so difficult. Both bomb sites in this map so difficult. So 4-2, and ENCE have done it after a pretty cool start from MIBR. We saw that alt mid push. We saw some fast rotations, but ENCE have cracked them, and they've taken all the money away.
Finding a good little rhythm here on the Finnish side. See if they can keep that up. Right now, they should have a bit of space to breathe in just the fact that, what is there, like a P250 on Taco, and that's it. So it shouldn't be much of a fight coming out here from the Brazilians. So it's a cool boost. You like to see this.
Yeah, we just see all too many times. You know, cool boosts, cool strategies, cool stacks. Just don't have the firepower to make it work.
Yeah, well, you only do them, don't you, when you
have the weaker firepower.
When you're like, yeah,
you need that little advantage.
At least it will be funny.
And there's no way, ENCE, you can see spread out across the map in a default, there's no way they commit off any kind of contact. This is Alexi and Sergey just peeking into the B bomb site, testing the nerve of the defenders, seeing if they can get any information. It might be the players over at A, now attacking up middle, getting bracket control, smoking off left mid. They're the ones who are saying there's no presence.
Knife Aerial or hit him with a grenade or something? He just took damage for nothing over on that side.
Okay, yeah, maybe someone just pre-fired an angle, shot him in the back.
Gotta be careful with all that stuff. 7th round here, and now they're sneaking through. They're gonna be having Aerial actually all the way in arch and looking into the A bomb site. And with 30 seconds, surely he's gonna call this soon and say, listen, there's really nobody here. They are throwing the smoke. I'm worried about the time now. They're gonna try and see if they can crunch the B bomb site.
It's the wrap up behind.
They are committed to it, and this position though could be really powerful. Well, they are looking, but it doesn't even matter. Taco gonna get 1 kill, but they're all gonna get shut down. Sergey with another Fallen in the corner. It's pretty interesting, but it's not enough.
Just barely not enough. 4-3, Gun's going to be coming back. That might have actually worked if it wasn't for the one player wrapping around. That was the one that really kind of sealed it.
Well, especially when they were low on time, right? Like, that's the thing that makes that kind of a round potentially scary if some of the people on the bomb site survive and stay hidden, and now it's only like 15 seconds.
Like, what if there was one guy in dark who just, like, popped out?
Yeah. Well, here we go. Double Orc and a couple of M4s for MIBR leading in round number 8. Let's see what they can do. This time fighting a bit more aggressively are ENCE for Banana, or at least taking control of the bottom of it. See what happens if they want to spend more. Quite a few grenades already being exchanged over here, but nothing really comes of it. And MIBR, I guess, are the ones that really need to conserve those grenades right now.
Zeus has an op. All right, let's see how this goes. Looking in towards Boiler, he's got Taco behind him as well towards Pit. Just waiting, there's the peek, there's the timing for Zeus, but he runs into the wall, and that's not ideal.
Could have definitely been better, but still a big opening kill there. Taco spraying for a long time, that's the bomb, down, that's a follow-up. Just a couple of bullets left, and that was enough. A big double kill there for Taco. Smoke on top of Fallen. Does he want to risk it walking through? He does, and Sergey's just waiting for him. Heads up play there. And now it's on for 1 versus 2. Definitely can be clutched here.
Last time he struggled with the player in Graveyard, there's no one here this time. Waiting for the smoke, he's got some utility of his own. No kit though, he's gonna be fast, and actually an awkward jump from Alu, but Fur can't catch the kill. He should know where both players are, and Alu's gotta be careful, even with just 3 HP. There's the peek in, he's trying to bait it out. The nade, that's gonna be a kill onto Alu for sure. Now he's got Sergey boxed into the corner. Fur can do this, but he misses his chance. A valiant effort, and it just barely falls short.
Did it really look like as soon as you threw that grenade, he just counted him out? He was like, he's gone, I'm going to look in the corner.
Which was scary, because like, he's still got 2 seconds before that thing blows up. He could still peek up. I want to see MIBR get back. They were like way more sort of an aggressive on the defensive side in that first 4 rounds they run.
Yeah.
They had. This seems like MIBR is playing a little bit more passive, a little bit further back, possibly because of the economy. Possibly because the other style meant they just might not feel like it's sustainable, but at the moment, ENCE is loving having a lot of this space to work with.
They do get a lot of map control early on, and they seem to be pretty good at manipulating the defense and figuring out who's where. Now they've got pistols back in the hands of the MIBR squad. Eagles CC on Zeus.
Was that Atlanta?
Yeah, I think that's when it started.
No, that was Boston. Or was it Atlanta? I don't remember. It was one of the E-League ones.
Probably Boston then, wasn't it?
It's when he was playing with the, Liquid.
Yeah. Well, they've got to kill on X7, and that's a good follow-up. Alu going down.
Taco's playing so well right now.
He really is.
Like on an individual level, he looks like crisper than we've ever seen him.
That's actually true, and he's the one doing all the yelling. He's found himself within all the chaos of what's going on with his team. Maybe
it was like a, did you ever watch Space Jam? You know, like the Monstars who come in and steal, like, Ewing's powers and Muggsy Bogues. Maybe Taco did that with Cole.
Oh.
Put all his powers into his mouse.
That's a good idea. I like that as a theme. Now, if you could develop that as a skill, Moses, you could really put together a team, couldn't you?
You could also, theoretically ruin another team, your chief rival.
That's a good point, yeah. If you have those kind of magic powers, Moses, we should find some investors or something.
Yeah, I'll let you know if anything, if I discover any powers.
Oh, big chance there, but Alexi and Ariel combining for a really great defense, and I think otherwise, look at how low they were. Alexi be on 23 health, Ariel on 2 health. They could have opened up something. They still would have had a hard time, I think, actually getting the defuse in, but 5-4, and ENCE are now back in the lead of this game, and I don't know, that's going to be an even bigger problem now for MIBR. Double digits, I believe, is what the desk is calling for, and right now...
It's not looking likely.
That seems almost out of reach. It barely is.
Well, another chance. Fallen with the AWP. This is where you'd like to see him be a tad bit more assertive. And it's Taco who's going to lead the way through the flames. He still somehow gets one. Flashbang assist or flash assist from Fur. Oh, and look at this. ENCE is making an adjustment. You could hear the communication just barely come out. They've readjusted. They're all the way at top mid. It's Lucas and Zeus to defend here inside the bomb site and on top. In the pit now is Lucas.
Oh, the grenade's going to go way too far. Otherwise, they were all stacked up. He still picks up a kill, and that's not too bad at all, in fact. Zeus now scoped up with the orb. Sees a bit of an elbow. Going to keep spraying. Not down yet, and now they're going to go for the wide peak there. X7 able to pick him up, no problem. It did buy enough time for the rest of the B defense to show up, and right now, ENCE are boxed inside of the bomb site, and that's not always great. There's a Molotov on Fur. If they can angle that into the bomb site, if they get the time for it, that's going to be huge. He's not trying it just yet. I think it's finally primed and he's ready for it. It's going to go way in the back. They get the kill, and now Fallen on the other side. And Ariel up here, 15 health left. I'm not sure if Fallen knows if he would. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he would just pick up the pistol. There's the Krieg instead. And Fallen going to be able to pick that one up. Goes straight for the defuse. That's... I don't know, dangerously close yet again.
Yeah, but Fallen really called the bluff of Ariel. I mean, he was just kind of waiting patiently outside the bomb site. Those shots Ariel gave up really made his position. Because you're right, I don't think Fallen necessarily knew he was going to be on top of that close left box. A very nice clutch, a very nice rotation, but it didn't have to get there. Lucas and Zeus, that combination they had a very nice crossfire setup, but it's not the optimal position to take the fights. Lucas swings wide and takes a fight that Zeus can't be involved in. They're a little bit more patient there. Both of those guys are fighting at the same point, and they actually might even be able to wipe that out. So still a very sketchy buy because of all the repurchases and reinvestments that had to come in from the Brazilians. Zeus on the auto shotgun.
Just bring it all out.
I think if there was a weapon in this game that epitomized Zeus's personality, it's probably the auto shotgun. That feels like a very Zeus weapon.
I agree. It has like a certain level of like authority as well. Like, you know,
it's a lot of fun, but there is some power behind it as well.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's not bad. Weird question for a first date. You know, if you were a
if you were a CS:GO weapon, which would it be?
Yeah. But you learn a lot about people, wouldn't you?
You learn a lot about people very quickly with a question like that.
Yeah.
If someone says the P90, just get out.
Get out quick. Somebody says Zeus, you know, you also know, like, okay, it's one charge and it's done. Don't want to hear that.
All right. I didn't expect you to take that angle. Cool little boost. Taco missed his chance. Had a quick opportunity that's missed.
It goes back into that little ninja corner of it, Arch. After having shown yourself there, maybe they make a mistake and don't check it. ENCE are also running out of money, so it's not impossible that if MIBR could win this round, they could start to get some control back in the game and maybe take more of a lead than just a single round.
Well, yeah, that's part of the importance of this round for MIBR. The other half of the coin is if they lose this, they don't have any money either, because that previous round they just won came down to just Fallen alive. So this could be a very back-breaking round for the defense, or it could be a shot of life in the arm of MIBR.
Oh, this is... They're going to track it out of the apartments with no flashbangs. There's not a single... Oh, there's one on X7, but he's up there with them. I kind of want someone in mid to throw it. They're trying their very best, and Zeus not able to hit the auto shotgun this time. Fallen going to pick up one kill with the MP9 before he's down, and now Lucas trying his very best. Taco shotgun for a headshot, and almost getting a second there on X7, but it's all on fur with the AWP coming in from the other bomb side, and I don't think this is worth it. He's so far away.
It's going to be questionable. I think he might just stick around, see if he can find a kill if someone on ENCE makes a mistake. But this is what, the third 1-on-2 he's had rotating over here. He's not been successful in the previous two, but it might be the scoreline. He might be looking at 5-5 and saying, you know what, I absolutely have to go for this. We need more defensive rounds.
Doesn't have a kit right now, doesn't? Yeah. I don't know if there's one on the ground, but he needed to try something, and now it's worse, isn't it?
Yeah, it is much worse.
It actually is one of the worst feelings when you already made the choice to say, all right.
But you're like, I got an off. I'll stick around and get one kill.
Yeah.
And now you've given them a free AWP. If you if you had to choose one gun in Counter-Strike that most describe your personality.
I don't know. That's a good question, Moses. I'm trying to think about how I'm not just setting myself up for a trap right now.
We'll give you halftime. How about round 16?
Okay, I'll think about it until then.
Right.
You do some rounds, I'll think.
Yeah, take your time. Deagle's out for MIBR. It's a truly desperate scenario now. Double nade, and that finds Fur. And now Fallen is pretty much all alone. Actually, he is entirely all alone. Gonna take the deep tag. Sergey once more. He's got him so low. Can't find the kill, and now it's time for Fallen to back off. Nice attempt at finding the equalizer. Tough part for this defense now is they're all pretty much isolated. They're all pretty much on their own. One player in lane, one player on balcony.
Yeah, I mean, you got deagles like this, you just need some really early headshots, like really 1 or 2, so that the pressure is on the T side. But right now, ENCE are also playing, they're playing sort of grouped up. That's a nice shot again, Taco. He's got 16 and 7.
Why is he so good?
I don't know. What's happened? Just, I don't know.
Overnight.
He just decided, you know what? I'm the one that's gonna have to save this.
No longer shackled to Coldzera. It's like, it's time. It's my time to become the best player in the world.
That would really be something. That doesn't happen a lot. I think I'm gonna go for something like the AWP modes. It's like a classic. It's been around for a long time. You could you know, use it to spy your neighbors through the windows, that kind of thing. He's got all the It's got all the features, you know.
It's the way you voluntarily made that creepy.
I figured there was no way that it wasn't going to be twisted into that. So.
You do have that super zoom phone, so it makes sense.
I do have that, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Like I'm not sure how we can get off this topic, but.
Well, here's what we can do, because you obviously had a terrible answer just now.
Go on.
To the community watching, make sure you someone tweet us with what weapon and why you think perfectly describes Anders.
Yeah, and would you go on a date with someone who asking questions like that, or would you just quickly say, you know what, I actually have a lot of homework to do. I need to leave.
I'm sick tonight, so we're gonna have to call the date off.
Yeah, permanently. 7-5, ladies and gentlemen. Here, we're moving into round number 13, and the Deagles didn't really do what they were hoping for. Taco's just playing phenomenally. He's outfragging everybody, including everyone on ENCE.
Well, it's been 7 of 8 rounds over to the Finnish side as well. So after that first 4-round flurry from MIBR, once they lost control of the economy, they haven't been able to get it back. Ooh, that's good nade damage. That's really good nade damage from both sides, really. But it's ENCE who gets the victory, and it's only Lucas to defend. The flashbang is going to be far too late. They've already got the wide angle, and Zeus needs to back away. What an odd exchange of nade damage that just comes out to work for ENCE so much better.
Yeah, you think when you see the first one go down there on banana that's surely going to slow the incoming team down, but it just didn't. And now I'm wondering, he did put down a Molotov, didn't he, Lucas? Did they just run through it, or did they actually smoke it out? I'm not sure, but regardless, it didn't have the stopping power that I was kind of hoping for, but that's going to be an 8th round for ENCE. That's a lot. They're really starting to make this work.
Problem is, it's 8 of 9, so now they've caught some momentum. You know, they know exactly what's working. They have a really good feel for the game at this point. And obviously, when you've won this many rounds in this fashion, you start feeling extremely confident as an individual. You're going to take more risks. You're going to be more aggressive. You're going to be more assertive in your peaks. So it just snowballs out of control, and that's a lot of what we're seeing out of the MIBR lineup, not able to contain it.
Doesn't really feel like there's much stopping power anymore on the MIBR. So in the beginning, it was just that ENCE were able to get banana and top mid control, but now it feels like most of the fights are just not even close, but like just single-handedly being won by ENCE, and it comes down to these weird clutches, right? They have to try and sort of do 1 versus 2s or 2 versus 3s or something to try and get back into a round.
That's the thing as well. It's like, it's not necessarily blaming him for the, or it's not blaming him in any way, but if Fer had been able to win like 1 of those 1-on-2s, the A-bomb site.
Yeah, that could have made some.
Maybe a little bit different depending on when it comes out, but those are such tough asks. Sergey gonna lead the way up banana. With utility in his face, a big push coming in. He wants that. Oh, and he doesn't even realize it. Fallen slides right into his crosshair. Great returns from Fer to keep things into a 3-on-3.
Yeah, that's actually huge for Fer, but that's absolutely correct. And he gets 1 more. Fer now with a triple, taking down Alu. Ariel ready to go for it, but Zeus will shut him down, saying no thanks at the boiler. And now it's X7 instead. 1 versus 3. For waiting for him, the jump there to spot him out. X7 hunting him, but he goes back for sticking around for it, and now on the corner, perfect timing. It's Taco to take a 6th round here for MIBR. I don't know.
6-8.
That was wild, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Sergey's going to be super happy with that. Maybe not how it ended up overall, but that's kind of cool. It's always nice to get that 2nd kill when you don't even really intend it.
Collateral damage, I believe the technical term is. Just.
Is that what it is? I don't think that's. I'll give it to you.
I mean,
we'll settle this argument later, sweetheart.
Yes, somebody help me. I don't know.
8-6 in the favor of ENCE. Here we go towards banana. A lot of early flashbangs. You can see all the streams over the wall, just to hold that defense at bay for as long as possible. Oh, I like this from Zeus. Just gonna miss the timing.
That's a strange angle for Sergey to be checking that quickly. Well played on him.
He's had a really good start to the major.
Yeah.
For all the talk of how he's supposed to be the star player, and we've mentioned a couple times, they don't seem to necessarily need him to be like the superstar. He's opened this event up very, very powerfully. I think coming into today, he was leading in rating overall for major matches.
Oh, really?
Which was only 1. But
sure. But you got to start somewhere. Here come the flashbangs, set up against off the chimney. Zeus will pick up 1 kill, and Taco down in the pit. Instant headshot. There's Zeus now with the AWP, and he's finally going to get shut down, but a huge defense being put up here. And now Taco just waiting, buying time for him to get here. He's going to peek a little bit early. I think he probably wanted to see if they were actually still going for it, or if they just picked up the bomb to fall back. And it's another retake here, another 1 versus 2, where somebody comes in from B to try and help out. And they are going to slide back with the bomb. Oh, that's heartbreaking if you're fallen. You at least wanted to get a shot as they cross into the bomb site.
You would have loved that. When does he make the determination? Is he just going to stick around? Yeah, he's not budging. So they'll get into the B bomb site, and I mean, it's going to be just another very difficult retake. There's a smoke that's picked up. Now they have the cross. Now they have the plant. Fallen's going to realize it, and this is a very, very difficult retake. Not impossible. He does have a kit, and he has a smoke as well. If he can find 1 kill, drop that smoke on the bomb, that might be his best chance.
Pistols out. Sergey's got the dualies for some ungodly reason. Fallen trying to walk in, but he doesn't. Oh, he still gets the kill. I can't believe it. He should have been dead 10 times over in that moment. And Fallen now still a tiny chance here, but time's going to be running out. There's the smoke on top of the bomb, and he's going to get shot down instead. Nice timing there. 9-6 in favor of ENCE at the end of the first half.
What a great recovery. They're never too deep into a hole, but down 0-4 and you end 9-6. That is a crazy run. 9-2 to close out the half. We're heading to a break. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion of this map.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's ENCE and MIBR here on Inferno for a best-of-1 with the Finnish team leading the game 9-6. And that was on the T side. They got those 9 rounds, and most of them just toward, like, almost all of them towards the end of the half. That was pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah, it really was. And, I mean, there wasn't any huge change in how they kind of played the offense that I noticed, but I think the big one was, I mentioned it early on, MIBR got a little bit more passive. Remember, they had that great, alt-mid push and execute that they did perfectly. And you can't run that too often on your CT side, but that aggression is what they really felt like they were missing. A lot of space for ENCE to work with in that first half, and now it's their job to deny that space to MIBR. Quick in towards halls. Fallen has smoked 2 flashes.
Gonna flash them out. Oh, wait. They're actually making a lot of noise. They
the old around the world, Anders.
Yeah, I love that. It's brilliant. Now they need to run back to Banana and then back to the apartments again. Never see it that.
Especially if you're crab walking.
That's the only time I really accept the dualies as a purchase if you crab walk out of smoke with them. then we're golden. X7 going to be falling back. He doesn't have any grenades, and he's alone over on this side. So have they found a way to do this? Is it really going to be working out? They're certainly setting up for a couple of grenades. Zeus has got the Molotov as well. So he's ready for it. Smoke towards coffins, 1 towards CT, spawn and X7 to try and see if he can play around it a little bit. He's got some backup and a counter flash coming out. A huge one from Alexi B, but he can't take down Taco. And X7 has to fall back, but he can't really escape. They're all around him, and eventually he goes down. Taco still fighting, looking for a 3rd kill, and he almost gets it. 1 single health left on Alu for a second. Taco once more. He's picked up now the P2000 instead, and looking for a headshot on Sergey. He's so lethal right now. They're getting close, and finally they're going to overpower him. Taco going down. But now it's a 2-on-2. Zeus and Lucas still here, and Zeus just going to charge Aerial, taking him down with the Glock running, and Sergey alone. And he goes down. Zeus with a huge double to clutch the round.
That is a massive pistol round for MIBR to take. Now both in this map. What a performance from Taco that we're seeing so far. Not only in that pistol round, but you could even accept the fact that at the end, he probably stuck around for that fight way too long. But why not? He's got 21-9. He's obviously on fire. He's feeling it. And just go test it out in a game where you need to make a comeback, a game where you have your coach playing for you. See what else you can provide. A 7th round for MIBR. And there it is again.
He's just loving it, isn't he? Winning the pistol on that second half. Definitely nice. So they're going for the... They're trying to stealing half the tactic there. I think MIB had all 5 players in B, but still.
Yeah, they did. They are going for the boost.
Now, if that top guy had a Zeus, Jason,
you
then,
could run boost him around the corner is what you're thinking.
Yeah, just as they push, you just run him out.
Did you see that weird mid-peak that was on Reddit the other day?
Yeah, where people jump off the canopy.
Yeah,
I
that
did
was
see that.
pretty crazy. How many times do you think he tried that before he got it?
A fair few times. And I think if you did it in a game, like, actually did it, you would probably just die.
Yo, if you do that in a game environment, I don't care if you die. That's God tier levels.
Well, maybe we can get a chance one day. Sergey picks up a kill, but the MAC-10s are just overpowering everybody else. Good amount of money on foot for that round. And that almost ties it up. Now 8-9. We'll see what happens when ENCE start to pick up rifles, which they should be doing right now.
That's the thing. Can MIBR go on like another early spree where they just kind of control the pace of the game, control the economy for the first 4 or 5 rounds of this half? That would be wonderful, obviously, if you're an MIBR fan. But as we saw, ENCE, a pretty experienced team, even despite the fact that, you know, they haven't necessarily been part of the pro scene for a super long time. But when you get to the finals of a major, that increases your experience tenfold. Nice nade, nice utility work, and nice holding of the line for Alexi B. 18 kills on the player that is soon to no longer be part of this roster.
Yeah, that was handled exceptionally well. It looked like they couldn't even make their own corner. They just got absolutely shut down. 3-5 though. I'm not sure what the plan is at this point. I mean, the traditional wisdom will tell you go to B if you lose 1 or 2 players.
Well, they're being patient about it because they would like a mistake. They would like someone to peak. They would like to find that one kill to soften things up. But you can see just in the positions of ENCE, especially over towards that A bomb site, Sergey committed to the bomb site, Aerial and Pit. Like, no one is making a mistake. No one's pushing on that side of the map. Alu is so safe by CT spawn, and he's going to be very quick towards this B bomb site. He will be smoked off, but he can provide some fire just spamming through.
Zeus with a Molotov going to go in behind New Box back there. Not going to be doing too much since no one's there. The forward one might. A bit of damage onto X7. I think it doesn't actually reach into the corner, which you can make it do. So he's going to be safe there. Are they going to check it? Yeah, they will still try, but first going to be going down. And now Zeus on 12 health. It's not looking good. The bomb plant. Oh, it's going to happen. Alexi B will take him down through the coffins. And Lucas, no chance whatsoever. Alexi B with a nice triple in this round. And ENCE now going to be at 10-8. That was so overall a really nicely handled round from ENCE.
Very well done. Yeah, just, I mean, after those kills, just fall back into the bomb site and they play it perfectly. You allow, you know, your superior numbers and your teamwork to win the round for you. Alu coming over, doesn't even spam through the smoke, just throws that pop flash, buys them a little bit of time, allows them to get ready for the hit. And ENCE now off to the races. Another buy for MIBR, but they must win it. They're out of money after this. And then once you give ENCE the control of the economy on the CT side of Inferno, you start getting the AWP out in Alu's hands. That's surely coming very, very soon, and that's when things get even more difficult.
With the timing, they run right through the smoke. Sergey's there to catch them. I think that's pretty lucky, because otherwise there is a world in which Alu's still fiddling around with grenades. They're just pushing up to the corner. He gets right into the smoke, and he's going to continue to take down Zeus. And now, I don't know what to say. That's not ideal.
No, it's obviously a bit fortunate for Alu, but also the Tracers coming through, so he kind of knew exactly, knew an area to aim at. But yeah, a bit of a disjointed hit coming up through that smoke. And I think this is where it happens. I think this is where MIBR fizzles out. I'd be very impressed if they had a little bit of fight left in them to make this an interesting second half. But I think ENCE, at this point, is just going to run away with it. Sergey's gone down. I almost feel like at this point, like Alu might even just drop a gun over and pick up the op. Not quite yet.
They've punched themselves out, you know, in the first 4 rounds. That was saying.
Exhaust themselves, the rope it out.
Yeah, just couldn't handle it anymore. It's a little bit rough, isn't it? I mean, if it works, but but it's hard to shut down a team like ENCE in like 5 rounds, you know.
Yes.
Then you need like back-to-back aces, knife kills, you know, really need to stomp them, you know.
A lot of really magical things need to happen. Alu's going to feel the pressure as well. That nade, they don't actually step forward. They had to have known utility was coming after that smoke makes its appearance, but they're actually coming up here very, very quietly.
Yeah, but there's so many people on the other side. Like 3 people could be just turned to shoot at them at any moment. He's gonna get a little bit overrun. He does get a kill. Long range there for ENCE with the Krieg. He'll handle himself just fine. Su's hiding in the corner, but he's gonna be alone. He cannot finish anything there. ENCE will survive on 33 health with a triple kill. And that's ENCE now at 4 rounds. I don't know if, I mean, I kind of do agree. And also with the money now, any kind of banana take is going to be
dicey at best.
Yeah, you get carpet bombed over there, don't you? Nobody likes that.
Yeah, if you combine that as well with Alu now having that AWP, it's finally brought out. Round 21 on the CT side. And he has a spawn for a mid peak if he wants to go for it. 4 Kriegs on the T side, not a whole lot of utility. It'd be great if they could find this pick, and I don't even think he's going to swing wide enough for Lucas to get a chance, but ult mid, that's his baby. He wants that kill. Taco's out of the fight. That is a classic Alu play.
It is a classic, and even though you know it's happening, you still have to sort of like remind yourself that that there is that opportunity.
He loves that alt mid peek. I mean, he's just putting, you know, trusting God that no one's going to peek mid when he looks left. He's found an opening kill. Another chance. Here he waits patiently for the second player after the jump. Owns his nerve and the trigger. 12-8. A 5-on-3 advantage for the Finnish defense.
Yeah, this is starting to look way too good. MIBR. I'm not sure what the solution is. I would have said the way that Taco's playing right now, try and have him just open up somewhere, but he obviously got shut down in this round before he got even the chance to. Is he playing near the bicycle? Yeah, he's just going to be standing right on top of it. Such a mean position, isn't it?
It's so hard, and you feel defenseless, and you must feel defenseless against Alu. Doing a triple kill, he goes for the peak, the follow-up. They need to recover that AWP. Wouldn't be the biggest thing in the world if they couldn't, but preserve a little bit more money. 13-8.
23 kills on LXCB now.
Anders, this guy on Twitter said that you were a PP Bison. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. That's a little bit offensive, I'm gonna lie.
I will not accept this insult. I will not stand for it.
I feel like that's more like more like Chad, I think.
Chad's the PP Bison?
Yeah. Maybe more like an MP9 or something, like something high pitched sounding, but with like a lot of ammunition, you know, that kind of thing. Zeus tried to make his way out of the underpass there, but got absolutely shut down. And we've got pistols really only on the Brazilian side, so things starting to look real rough right at the moment.
Taco close up to the smoke, but Alu, they just don't have an answer for this AWP. He's got a triple kill in this round. He had a triple in the previous. Saved from behind by Sergey, and even Fallen can't get anything sneaking through the smoke. But at least he's laughing it off.
He's looking very jolly, isn't he, for
this score?
Just, yeah, in spite of the fact that the Finnish Kraken is just, I don't know, sinking their entire ship, isn't it? All the sailors getting eaten.
Paint me a picture. What's it look like? Legs, limbs being torn off?
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Like, it's got that giant beak in the middle, doesn't it? So, you know, like, they just get dropped in.
So this is like the Pirates of the Caribbean Kraken?
That kind of Kraken, yeah. I don't know if there is. There should be more Kraken movies. I think it's such a great concept. I wish we could have more. But It's either that. Some of them, you know, like the tentacles themselves, like the little cups have like teeth as well, so it could be something like that. I'm not sure.
I'm not either. Ariel's got a kill though. Fur is no longer in the fight, not clearing his right in halls. It's a good defensive stack there. Likely the first time MIBR saw it. But another man advantage for ENCE, which, I mean, MIBR has just struggled in this half to find opening kills, to find man advantages. Especially once Alu got the AWP in his hands. I think he's had 6 kills with it in the 2 full rounds he's played.
He's very sort of fluid with that weapon once he feels comfortable and just walks around shooting people left and right.
It's actually super cool to watch though, because it is a very like team-centric affair as his AWPing. Like you could see in the previous round, he got a couple kills in mid, rotates through CT spawn to come library, and a pop flash comes in for his teammates so he can safely peek it. And he's obviously, this is a bit of a heat check. Fallen doesn't expect that whatsoever, but Alu's not scared to...
They recover the bomb, but they're boxed in. Into possibly even more trouble. They have a single smoke and a flashbang on Zeus to try and make their way through. That is going to be the best flashbang of all time if it has to enter this bomb site.
And they just got a little bit of luck with that Molotov going out, but it's not going to matter. It's 7 and Alexi B and Alu for the finish touches. 8 AWP kills for Alu in 3 rounds.
Yeah, he's turning up the heat, isn't he? He's just decided, you know what, let's just win this game really quickly. And they are kind of doing that. 15-8 at the moment.
So yeah, they're not playing with their food. They're not, you know, giving MIBR false hope just to tear it out of their hands at the end. You know, finishing them off quickly.
That's good. I think no reason to prolong, you know,
pain and suffering. Yeah.
No, not really. And we just haven't seen, like, I mean, I think this is what you could expect, and I think one of the reasons why people say, yeah, well, it's hard to imagine that MIBR are going to be putting up a ton of really good games. It's just hard to find answers to some of the challenges that are being posed here. I mean, Alu with the AWP is definitely one of them, but at the moment, ENCE do look like much more of a functional, dynamic team than MIBR do. Alu, Molotov in case they try and come through. We've got almost no weapons at all on the MIBR side. I like this on Taco though, shooting through the windows. You know the hallway that leads down to the actual balcony? Yeah. There's like a door that's halfway open. There's a window in there you could shoot through as well.
Okay. Any usefulness in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, Alu, another one out of the air. Zeus finally puts him down with the deagle. But the damage has been done, and even if they try and pick up the pace and wrap on the bomb site, no one was actually with Zeus. Ariel and Pitt, Sergey in the bomb site, Alexi and CT spawn rotating over. And for MIBR, they've backed off just a bit. I think Lucas and Firm must be hoping Zeus gets a pick with that AWP on someone rotating over to help.
He's trying to cause a distraction by throwing out that smoke. We're down to 25 seconds, and that's the thing that's actually really worrisome at the moment. We tried, but it goes for it. Shutting down Ariel. Just leave it to Zeus to try and crack open this round. Deagle killed and steals the AWP, and now can they take down X7? That's what they need to do here. Looking the wrong way. Lucas also in a bit of trouble. He's going to be dropped, and Zeus, can he finish it off? 9 seconds, and it's not going to be enough. X7 will take him down. 16-8 at the end, as ENCE will pick it up.
Yeah, they didn't have a smoke for that cross right at the end. That was a tad bit heartbreaking for him, but either way, very, very good look from ENCE. We have so many teams that have come in with impending lineup changes, with rosters that we already know what they're going to be, with stand-ins. So, I mean, for me, ENCE is also a bit of a question mark, is how is Alexi going to handle this kind of a situation? Professionally is the answer. 24-11 for him. An impressive performance considering the circumstances.
It really is, and I mean, why not? I think Dead was saying that down on the floor. You know, you never know. He's gonna have to think about, well, where am I going? What does my career look like in the future? Are people gonna want to, you know, sort of pick me up for a team? You play like this?
Yeah, you're gonna get picked up. Yeah, I mean, and also you're an in-game leader. You know, like your stock is always up. Everyone wants an in-game leader. Everyone wants someone who has proven that they can like take a team, especially from where ENCE started at, and get them all the way to the top, get them to a major final. You know that. You know, he's already got a pretty damn good resume.
He really does, and it happened so quickly. You know, usually that kind of experience takes a long time to get, so it's pretty impressive. Good-looking ENCE at the moment. It's fun to see Alu with the orb. I mean, they are just a fun team to watch.
Especially on Inferno, where it does feel a little bit more like his playground. Like, he's just so comfortable getting aggressive and peeking into different angles with the op, and I think he ended with, what, like 10 op kills in the 3 or 4 rounds he had it, or 4 or 5 rounds he had it. That's not bad whatsoever, but that T side from MIBR just falls flat. Both pistol rounds, you only get 8 rounds.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does happen, though, and we said they probably needed to have like a really terrific first half. I think like in 10, 11, 12 rounds, if that could have been a theme, you know, then there would have been maybe a chance they could have rolled into something. We do have them down on the stage though with Smix here, so take it away, Sue.